A bit of the single player, I just want to show a video that highlights some of the key gameplay in the single player campaign.
Over. Got it.
Stealth-based gameplay has always been a part of Socom, but we're focusing on it even more for Special Forces, with something we're calling covert missions. 4 of the 14 campaign missions are these covert missions. In these operations, you play as the South Korean female operative codenamed 45. She is a reconnaissance specialist, and she's been ordered to infiltrate enemy bases at night to perform recon and sabotage operations that will then support the operations commander and the full squad coming in to attack the base the following day. These missions are all about stealth-based gameplay. You're not in there trying to come in guns blazing. Instead, you want to get in and out as quickly and quietly as possible. So when you're coming into these missions at night, you're looking for areas of shadow to hide and evade the enemy. You can actually throw shell casings to distract them and lure them away from vital routes. You have suppressed weaponry, a suppressed submachine gun and a suppressed sniper rifle, so you can try and scope in and take out the enemies with headshots. And you can also get in close and execute one of the devastating stealth kills. You slit their throat, break their neck. If you're using the PlayStation Move, you can actually jab the controller forward to initiate these actions. Now, if you do choose to engage the enemy and take out some of these sentries, you want to make sure to actually pick up the body and hide it, move it into the shadows so the friendly patrols don't spot it. So we're really excited about the covert missions. We've given the player a number of tactical tools to use at their disposal, and it's really up to the player to come up with their own solution for how they want, again, to take on these objectives as quietly as possible. I'd like to show you a quick look at the covert missions.
I have another officer in sight. I'm going to see where he takes me. You go there, I'll go there.
Special Forces has a great 5-player online cooperative mode. There's 2 different game types you can play. The first one is called Takedown. In Takedown, you and your team are working to go infiltrate the level and locate and neutralize a key enemy leader, or in some cases, multiple enemy leaders. Espionage is the other mode. In this mode, you're on the hunt for key pieces of valuable enemy intel. If you can find all the intel items, you then move on to a final objective that's heavily defended by enemy forces, and you'll actually face numerous waves of enemy reinforcements coming to attack you, so you need to work together as a group to really dig in and hold off this defensive moment. In the game, when you go and play co-op, you select the game type, you select the map, enemy count, and difficulty, and that creates a single scenario which you can play with your friends. You can also go and then add several more scenarios and string them together to create your own custom cooperative campaign. This is a seamless medley of missions where players go from one to the next if they're interested in more of an extended online battle. And again, we really encourage that team collaboration in our online co-op. I mentioned the team commands in single player. We have something similar for cooperative mode, where we utilize the D-pad up button to mark key locations and tag enemy targets. This means if your co-op squad is moving through the level and you have a guy that's out on a point and he's maybe moving ahead and he spots a sniper and he wants to alert his teammates exactly where that sniper is, he can actually tag the target. So he puts his reticle and presses the D-pad over the guy, and then a little indicator will show up on all of his teammates' heads-up display so they know exactly where the sniper is that he was mentioning. It also works if you and your teammates are attacking a particular building and say there's multiple ways in and you want to reference, for one of your buddies to go and enter in a certain doorway. You can put a marker on that position and you'll know exactly what you're talking about. Our overall goal for co-op is replayability. We want this to be something where people keep coming back again and again to play these scenarios. And we're able to do that through our great dynamic AI. Both the behaviors and the spawn positions of the enemies are very dynamic and randomized so that you're getting something different each time, as well as the objectives. So you and your friends, every time you go online to play cooperative mode, are going to get something unique with each playthrough. And then, of course, competitive multiplayer. Socom has always been known, of course, for its great online competitive multiplayer. And that's a tradition we're continuing with Special Forces. In particular, we have 32-player infantry-based combat. We're aiming to have more, small-scale Special Forces style engagements. That's what Socom's always been about. We have 4 team-focused game modes, and 3 of them are all new to Socom. The first game mode, which has always been in Socom, is called Suppression. This is where one team is just simply trying to eliminate the other team. The first of the new modes is called Uplink. In Uplink, one of the teams is trying to infiltrate the enemy territory and locate and retrieve key pieces of valuable intel, and then return it back to their base to upload it. And the other team's trying to stop them. In many ways, it's like a Socom take on Capture the Flag. We also have Last Defense. In Last Defense, each of the teams is fighting for 3 key control points positioned in the middle of the map. These are marked by small satellite dishes. If either team is able to capture all 3 of the points, it will triangulate the location of the enemy base and give that team a 2-minute timed opportunity to infiltrate their planet airstrike beacon and destroy the base. This particularly is a great moment in the game because it really, again, encourages teamwork and really intensifies the action. As an attacker, you're working together as a team, finding out how are we going to get in their base and plant this airstrike beacon. As a defender, you're falling back, communicating with your buddies, trying to make sure you cover all avenues the enemy may be coming from, and you're trying to hold them off until the timer expires. And if you're able to do that, then the round will reset back to the middle of the map where you're fighting for the control points again. And the last mode I want to mention is Bomb Squad. This is our most unique and innovative mode. If you've ever seen what a military or police bomb technician looks like, in one of those big armored suits with the face shield, that was really the inspiration for this game mode. So in Bomb Squad, one of the teams has one of these bomb technicians on their side. And his objective is to get in there and defuse a series of bombs that the enemy has placed throughout the level. Now he's in the big suit, so he moves a little slower, but he can also take more hits. And he's armed with some great heavy weapons. He's got an automatic shotgun and a grenade launcher. So it's a lot of fun to be this guy. His teammates are trying to escort him and keep him alive, protect him on the way to those key objective points. And for any teammates that stay close to him, they're actually receiving an armor bonus from staying with the bomb technician. And then of course the enemy side is really gunning, targeting for this bomb technician. So you're always on the hunt, looking for this guy, trying to take him out and prevent him from defusing the bombs. Socom's always had great community features, and we have some great advanced community aspects in Socom Special Forces as well. In particular, the matchmaking system in Special Forces is extremely fast. And we have great clan support as well. It's very quick and easy to get your clan online and find showdowns against other clans. There's actually 3 distinct ways to play competitive multiplayer in Special Forces. We have a standard mode where you play all these game types with just the standard settings, all the new gameplay features in Special Forces turned on at their default levels. But we also have a classic variation on all these game types. And this is really a nod to our hardcore long-term fans who are interested in being able to also play Socom Special Forces in more of a similar style to the traditional Socom titles. The main differences are that respawn is turned off, number 1. So when you die, you are out of the game until the next round begins. So it really forces you to value your life and even play more tactically. We turn health regeneration off, the movement speed is slightly faster, and we have push-to-talk communication. These are all aspects that we really think our hardcore fans wanted to see in the title, and also gives great gameplay variety for our new players as well. we have even more options that we have control over that we can change to add variations on these game types. So we actually have the third way you can play each of the game modes is in our custom queues. The custom queues are where Zipper takes feedback from the community on variations, specific variations they would like to see on these game types. And we then upload ranked matches based on those settings. So let me give an example. Say people are really liking uplink as a game mode, but they want it to be even more intense. They want to actually turn the damage down so everyone dies with one shot. And everyone also wants to move twice as fast and only use shotgun, just as an example. So we could take that feedback from the community and then we could actually hook it up in the game and host one of these ranked matches. So it's a great way for us to stay connected with the fans, hear what they're really enjoying and what they'd like to see most out of the game, and then also just add a great deal of variety to the online modes. And I mentioned Bomb Squad earlier. This is a quick look at that particular game type.
Bomb test. Move in and disarm the enemy ordnance.
So that's a general overview of Socom Special Forces. Again, it's a very big title. We have a lot of different ways to play. Here today, you're going to have a chance to play the sharpshooter with the move, 3D, and the online co-op. So we're very excited to have you try it out. So without further delay, let's go ahead and start playing, and we'll also do some one-on-one interviews. So.